two 5mm $7mm socket, 13mm socket. I'm gonna use the 13mm socket and a 4-inch clamp. This is the 7mm. Voila. Now we loosen the spring just by twisting. Slide that up. Slide that out. And this comes off. Got our 2 springs now. We're gonna slide on the new one. Put this guy back in and start spinning. All right, I might do one more rotation just to get it nice and snug. I don't want to put a lot of preload on this because the more I do, the less travel I get. All right. Now we're gonna put the pin back through the hole. I'm going to use these as kind of some guides. Hopefully that works. That was fast. Slide this back together. So I just need to spend a little bit of time to realign this guy and then put this in, and then I'll be done. So this is the 450 spring. I just took it around the block for a little bit, went down a set of stairs. You can see that it almost bottomed out. With the 750 spring going off a 2-foot jump, it was about right there. So the 450 spring is definitely softer. That'll probably make for a very smooth commute, which I'll test out for the rest of this week, but I might not be able to go off any big curbs or anything like that. So I'm gonna test this out and see how it goes. I also haven't adjusted the sliders at all, which I plan on doing. You can see all the grease in there. But I've heard that after people have adjusted that, the 750 spring has been just fine. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, I'm gonna keep this on. It only takes about 20 minutes to swap it out anyways. So I can flip-flop depending on if I want to go do some dirt jumps or city riding. This clip shows a particularly bouncy part of my commute. The road is really bad, and you can see here how the suspension is working, but it's still, I can feel a lot of bumps, and I'm getting jostled all over the place. The bigger bumps, I feel that the suspension is working, but all these little ones, I still feel a lot. And here I am on a little dirt trail, and again, I'm just bouncing over all these little tiny rocks. And you can see the suspension mostly working on the drops. You can see it quickly go in, sometimes quickly out. But I just feel like with this soft of a spring, it should be making these feel more like butter, like the Master. The Master just floats over all these little bumps, but I can still feel every single one on the suspension. So the sliders really are adding a lot of friction that's preventing this spring from doing its job.